Every child has feared the monster under the bed at some point. But what if that monster was real? This is the story of the shadow beneath the bed, a childhood nightmare that followed one woman into adulthood. When Emma was a child, she swore there was something under her bed. Every night, she would hear scratching sounds and feel a cold breath on her ankles. Her parents dismissed it as her imagination, but Emma knew better. She could feel its presence, watching her, waiting for her to let her guard down. As she grew older, the fear faded and she forgot about the shadow. But when she moved into her first apartment, the nightmares returned. The first night, she heard the scratching again. The second night, she felt the cold breath. By the third night, she saw it, a dark, shapeless figure crawling out from under her bed. Emma tried to rationalize it, blaming stress or lack of sleep, but the shadow was real, and it was getting bolder. It would appear in the corner of her room, its hollow eyes staring at her. It would whisper her name in a voice that sent chills down her spine. One night, Emma decided to confront the shadow. She armed herself with a flashlight and looked under the bed. What she saw was something she could never have imagined. The shadow wasn't just under her bed, it was everywhere. The walls, the ceiling, the floor, all of them were alive, pulsating with darkness. The shadow began to take shape, forming into a figure that resembled Emma. But its eyes were empty, and its smile was too wide. It reached out, its hand cold and lifeless, and touched her arm. Emma screamed, and everything went black. When she woke up, the shadow was gone, but the room was different. The walls were covered in scratches, and the air was thick with the smell of decay. Emma tried to leave, but the door was locked. The shadow appeared again, its voice, a low, guttural growl. "You can't escape," it said. Emma woke up in her bed, the room back to normal. But she knew the shadow was still there, waiting for her to fall asleep. And sometimes, late at night, she can still hear the scratching, feel the cold breath, and see the shadow watching her from the corner of the room.